Well, in 2013, you claimed that you got Cassie pregnant?
Yes.
Okay. How do you know that?
Well, let's be fair, because no man really knows, especially now we know she was sleeping with 36 male escorts. It might not have been mine. But why I believe it was mine is because she told me. I want to say it might have been October of 2012. I was on parole, New York State parole at the time. But I had a job, I had a career. I wasn't actually a man whore anymore. The only person I serviced was Cassie and Diddy because Cassie paid me so well. I was actually an optical assistant trying to get an optometry license. I worked in Midtown Manhattan, I think it was 61st and 3rd or something like that. So I had a career, a profession. They called me one night to the Gramercy Park Inn, I even remember. And they called me in. She and I have sex this night. Ecstasy's involved, of course. We have sex for maybe 2 days, I want to say 3 days. When I leave this encounter and I'm going home maybe 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning, by the time I got home and pulled in front of my house, my parole officer was there. So when I pull up, my parole officer's there. My parole officer didn't even know I had a car. I pull up with this 2013 Dodge Charger, brand new. My parole officer is driving a Corolla. He says, "Holy shit, is this your car?" 5 o'clock in the morning, I can't lie, the car is in my name. I said, "Yeah." He says, "How can you afford this car with your pay stubs?" Now I have a problem, Vad. So now my parole officer doesn't trust me. He thinks I'm selling drugs. For the next couple of months, he kind of just has me coming in once a week, all of this other stuff. And I'm thinking I'm working towards avoiding the violation. However, one day in December, I go in, they say, "Hey, stand up, turn around, you're going with us." They take me to Rikers Island. They violate me for this curfew violation 2 months before. So I'm on Rikers Island, and I hear the radio. I think it was Miss Info from Hot 97. She's like, "Oh, congratulations to Diddy and Cassie. Cassie's 2 months pregnant." I was happy for her, Vlad. I knew she wanted kids with Diddy. I was like, "Oh, shit, they having a baby? That's what's up." I'm in the bunk in Rikers Island. I'm happy for the chick. I was a little sad because I realized pregnant and with a baby, I might have to stop sleeping with her. They might fire me, but, at least they had kids. I'm not a hater. I'm happy for her. Lights out. They cut off all the lights. I got to go to bed. I wake up a few hours later to go to the bathroom. And as I'm walking back across the dorm room to where my bunk is, I said to myself, "Wait a minute. You had sex with her in October." And that just kept bothering me. So eventually I started to think to myself, wow, imagine if this is your baby. But I was on a parole violation. So I stayed on this parole violation, I want to say, till May of 2013. And as soon as I got out, the first woman I hit was Cassie. I called every number she ever called me from, "Yo, what's up with you? What's up with you? What's up with you?" I want to say a week went by, maybe a week and a half, and she called me back "Oh my God, where have you been?" I told her I was on a parole violation. She says, "Why didn't you call? Why would I call you guys from jail?" She says, "Yo, listen, I need to talk to you. I'll be in New York in a week and a half. We need to meet." Cool. I go meet. She comes to New York, I want to say maybe a week and a half later. I meet her at the same hotel, the Gramercy Park Inn. When I get to this hotel, Diddy answers the door. And as soon as I walked in and he closed the door, he looks at me. He's like, "Yo, shorty was looking for you, bro. She got to talk to you." But the way he's saying it is kind of obvious that she got something important to tell me. So he's like, "Yeah, she got to talk to you. Yo, baby's here." Cassie comes out, gives me a big hug, brings me to the living room, sits me on the couch, and she's like, "Yo, what happened?" So as we start talking, I tell her what happened, the parole violation, why I got parole violated, why I was there, what happened, where they sent me, which to some military boot camp shit called Willard. After I tell her all this, she says, "Well, yeah, I got pregnant." And I said, "Yeah." Now, I didn't insult her to ask her if it was by me, because clearly if she's telling me, she thinks it was by me. And she says, "I was looking for you, but when I couldn't find you, I ultimately made the decision to get rid of it." She starts crying, Vlad. She goes through the whole thing women go through when they have abortions they don't want to have. So
so she had an abortion.
Yeah, she had an abortion.
Not a miscarriage.
No, not a miscarriage. Yeah, she had an abortion. So she told me. She started crying, held her, cried with her a little bit, teared with her a little bit, because I was sad. I had no kids at the time. And, as much as I don't want to say I was in love with her, I definitely had feelings for her. There's no way you can't have feelings for a woman sleeping with them with these drugs that totally alter the sexual experience. So I was bothered by it. But, after the whole drama of the situation went on, I thought it was time to leave. So I'm getting up to leave, and she says it again. "Hey, sugar dick, where you going? It's been a while. We're not going to rekindle?" And I said, "Well, I thought that it was over." She says, No, I'm okay now. That won't happen again. I got what do you call those tubes that go in women?
Yeah.
IUD.
Yeah.
She says, "No, I got an IUD. I'm good now." And we have another encounter. And for the next, I want to say 4 years, 2-3 years, we still keep having unprotected sex. We never missed a beat.